What's up, guys? This is Coach Grant with First Down Training, and today we're going to be breaking down how wide receivers can never drop a pass. So I hope this video helps you guys out. Hope it could teach you a few new things. But also, fellas, if you're a receiver and you would like some daily exercises that you guys can do to work on your hands that do not require a quarterback, check out that very first link in the description below for our 30-day wide receiver catching program 2.0. It gives you over 100+ wide receiver drills that don't require a quarterback, grip strengthening exercises, everything that you can do to improve your hands. So check out that very first link in the description below if you're interested in that, fellas. Let's get started with this video. So this first example here is going to be from George Pickens. This is a hell of a catch that he makes, and this is a perfect example of a wide receiver, quote unquote, taking a picture of the football. So now, whenever you guys are catching a pass, whether that's a pass that gets tipped like this, whether it's a jump ball pass, whether it's a low pass, we have to try to get to this exact position that Pickens gets to when the ball touches his hands, and that's quote unquote taking a photo of the ball. So what we work a lot with our receivers is like let's say we have a receiver at a training session, he's dropping a pass, right? It's a practice, he's coming over the middle, we're doing drill work, we're throwing him a pass, and he keeps dropping it at drop after drop after drop. What we will try to have that receiver focus on is something called a trigger phrase or a trigger word, whatever it is, but it's something that helps you look the football in. Because I would say, honestly, like 95% of drops come from receivers not fully looking the ball in. They don't exactly know, like everybody knows to keep their eye on it. Everybody knows to keep their hands in a diamond. But it's finding a phrase sometimes that will resonate well with the specific athlete. And everybody's different. So I'm going to give you guys a couple phrases that you can think about. So number one, like I say, take a photo of the ball. You want to pretend your eyes are a camera and you are trying to take just a snapshot of this football as it makes contact with your hands. Only thing in your line of vision is the football. It's not the football and the referee. It is just the football. And when you guys can do that, like when you really think about that, I think that's the most beneficial one to help you look the football in. Now, in a game, can you waste time thinking about that? Absolutely not. Because in a game, you have to catch the ball. You got to go turn up. This needs to be an automated habit. I'm willing to bet everything that I have that George Pickens is not thinking about taking a photo of the ball right here. I think he's just thinking about catching the ball, running the right route, running the plays. Nothing's going through his mind because he's a professional. He's playing fast, and it's an automated habit. We want to rep this stuff out so much that it is an automated habit. Now, another phrase that I have my receivers do, or it's more so like a verbal, like, call out, if you will, is that when I throw them the ball, they have to verbally say, they have to yell it out whether they see laces or no laces. So right now, what would Pickens be yelling out? He'd be yelling out laces. If he could see the laces, that means that, and you're looking for something on the ball. And when you're accountable, or when someone holds you accountable to have to call it out and have to say laces or no laces, and they get upset if you don't call it out, which is what we do with our receivers, that forces you to have to look the ball all the way in and actually look for something. Now, something else that I might do with my receivers, I have a football that has 4 numbers on the end of it. 1, 2, 3, 4, all like the 4 quadrants. So if we're catching like quick passes, like slants, where the ball's going to be coming in, they're going to be catching the point of the ball. It's not going to be like this. All of them call out whatever number they see. But anything that forces them to have to look the ball all the way in, have to call out what they see, have to see something on the ball. It's all about hand-eye coordination. But if you guys can focus on one of those trigger phrases and that helps you guys, that's going to make your hands that much better. So now let's talk about like a bullet pass, right? It's more specifically like a bullet pass that's kind of over your head, especially now when we're putting the pads on. It's that time of year. You know, a lot of quarterbacks struggle with the passes over their head. They feel like they can't reach up and grab it. Their eyes don't track it above their head. And something that you need to understand when it's a bullet pass, low, high, right at your chest, ball's got some velocity, do not let it cross your face. So what do I mean by that? So you see when Diontae Johnson catches this pass right here, ball's over his head. He's tracking it up with his eyes, taking that photo, however you want to think of it. But you see how he's catching like the middle part front of the ball. He's not catching the back half of the ball. So the mistake that so many receivers make when this ball's coming with some heat is they'll let this football cross their face when they try to catch it. Diontae Johnson's hands will be back here if he was making that mistake, then instead of being right here. Now, I'm not saying like when you're in traffic running over the middle to like run with your arms extended and showing the ball, because that's just going to tell a DB, hey, that's exactly where the ball is going to be, and make a play on those hands. But you don't want to let it cross your face. You want to catch that ball in front of your face, whether it's a low pass, whether it's right at your chest. Don't catch the back half of the ball. I see so many young receivers drop the ball because of that when it has some heat on it. So let's attack the ball, and a lot of this comes from grip strength too. Like, you want to get better at this, it's about having a strong grip. Like, you see how when Johnson and catches this thing, he's catching the ball in his fingers. He's not letting it bounce off his palms. He's not pushing this thing away. He's receiving the ball, right? And a lot of you guys do this very, very well. This is more so for the people who struggle to catch that pass. But you can't do that without a strong grip. If you don't have a strong grip, you're not going to be able to make a catch like that. You're not going to be able to make tougher catches with the quarterback who throws some heat. Now, again, is this something he's thinking about? Probably not. It's an automated habit. So when you guys are training, when you guys are in practice, you should be thinking about these little details, doing the drill work like grip strength, hand-eye coordination drills to work on this kind of thing. Because catching at the end of the day is all about repetitions. I could give you all the tips in the world, and some little thing that I say might help you, and it might help you think about it, but you still got to go out and rep it. You still have to go out and consciously think about it to where it's an automated habit. It takes thousands of reps to make things automated, but the good news is that you have that kind of time. As receivers, we're always catching passes. Quarterbacks always want to throw, so that's what you should be doing. Something I recommend, if you're a receiver and you need to work on your hands, and let's say you live in an area where there's a lot of quarterback coaches, right? Maybe you're in like Southern California or, Texas, whatever it is. Reach out to a quarterback coach. Say, like, hey, can I come catch for one of your group sessions or one of your private sessions? 99% of the time, the quarterback coach is going to say yes, because guys, I am a quarterback coach. You don't want to catch. You hate it because quarterbacks throw the ball freaking hard. So if you want to get better hands, volunteer your time. Ask them, like, hey, do you need somebody to come out and catch? Probably won't have to pay. And if they do make you pay, find somebody else who's not going to make you pay because they're not coaching you, so you shouldn't have to pay for that kind of thing. So, guys, that's the best way to do it. Repetition, put in the extra time. Now, you see this type of catch so often from NFL receivers specifically, where they catch the ball like kind of with their body, right? So you see, then this is like quote unquote, like so many receiver coaches out there, like they're like, hey, don't catch with the body, catch always with their hands. But time and time again, you see NFL receivers, college receivers catching the ball with their body in certain situations. So I'm going to talk about those certain situations for you guys. And that's mainly on throws where you are in traffic, right? So if you're wide open on a slant route, like, and nobody's around you, and that quarterback throws you a ball, catch it with your hands. Just be normal, right? Like, that's the repetition that you want to have. But if you're maybe, like, let's say going over the middle, you got a linebacker right here, you got a safety right here, you got another linebacker right here, and it's a tight window, a lot of receivers will catch that thing with their body so they could put this thing away. Like in this situation, it's a back shoulder throw. We got some traffic. DB's right on our hip, so he catches it with his body so he could just tuck this thing right away. And again, that's like kind of instinctual. It's not something that they're thinking about, but that's why you see receivers do it. And obviously at the NFL college level, all quarterbacks can put heat on the ball. So it sometimes is a little bit easier. Now, again, I'm not going to sit there and tell you, and I'm not going to coach anybody in person like, hey, you should catch the ball with your body in that situation. I think catching it with your hands is just as good as long as you're quick bringing it to the tuck. But that's why you see that. So many guys get confused when they see that, and they're thinking, well, my high school coach tells me to always catch in my hands. Why is Tyreek Hill, why is Julian Edelman at the time catching with their body like this? It's just to protect that ball. So that's the number one thing, to avoid drop passes, to avoid guys swatting at your hands, catches in contact. Put that ball away fast. If you could put it away fast, protect the ball, you won't run into any PBUs and give the DB an opportunity to make that play. All right, fellas, really want to thank you for watching. I really appreciate it. If you have any questions at all, don't hesitate to leave those in the comment section below. I always appreciate the feedback. It's always great to hear from you guys. And again, fellas, if you would like a 30-day wide receiver catching program that does not require a quarterback, and it's how you can improve your hands, grip strengthening exercises, tennis ball drills, the works, check out that very first link in the description below. We'd love to get you on that. I'll see you guys next time.